This is Humam Abdul Malik of Black and Eyes Incorporated, telling y'all about Sankofa Conference, a historical event that's going to be at Martha's Table November the 16th from 1 to 4 at 2375 Alvins Road, Southeast Washington, D.C. Be there and help bring the ancestors to applaud us in our endeavor.
One love, one community, living in unity worldwide. Coming together November the 16th, 2019, the Sankofa Conference in Washington, D.C. Come join us, celebrate as one community.
Wow. Alpha Quavo right here, Washington, D.C. This coming Saturday, we're going to make history. It's going down right here in Washington, D.C., USA. Sankofa is about unity, it's about love, it's about us as a family coming together to march ourselves back to the final destiny, motherland, Africa. But I need you this coming Saturday, because remember, it's about global movement. Global movement. It's not about local, it's about global. So shout out to my family right here in Washington, D.C. So Alpha Quavo this coming Saturday. We're going to make it history. It's going down.
Self-love, self-care, self-respect.
I'm with red, black, and green.
Power to the people.
That's what we represent, red, black, and green.
You know what it means. You know what it means. For the blood, for the people, for the land.
For the land. That's exactly what we're doing. For our people, for our land. One love.
Greetings and love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. Taking those deep breaths. Taking deep breaths. Taking that deep breath, family. I need a big, big one. Oh! Dancing, dance the breathing. Move that body. Taking those deep breaths. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, family. 11/13/2019. Thank you for coming to breathe and dance with me on this Wellness Wednesday, right here on the healing frequency, InnerLightRadio.com. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis, folks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator, supporting you with becoming the same thing for you and emancipating yourself from medical, mental slavery and pharmaceuticals for the care of your human body. This is the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. And I'm so glad of those that are tuned in live and those that would listen to the rebroadcast show. It's been a pretty busy week for me this week, preparing for this Sankofa conference that my roommate and partner is putting on with Alpha Kuba from the UK, which he will be in later tonight from the show they did in Atlanta honoring the Queens. a nice program they did up in Atlanta, Georgia this past weekend. A few of his friends came over from the UK. They went up to Atlanta, Georgia to be a part of that. And then they're on their way here tonight along with some other folks. And wouldn't you know, my body says, I want to take you into a real healing state in the midst of all of this. So I said, okay. This is what I've been working on personally, is healing this body from this cellular malfunction called a stroke. And so y'all know I talked to y'all about Dr. Daniels and what she does. She is actually completed medical school and been out there on her own for a long time, left that arena, didn't want to prescribe drugs and surgeries to people. So she left out about 20 years ago and started doing it her way, the natural way. And one of the things she often talked about was taking spirit gum turpentine. Now, I used to see it around my house. My grandma used to have it around there on the shelf. And I used to ask her, what's that, Grandma? She'd be like, you don't need none of this, baby. You all right. But, Dr. Daniel, she encourages people to take that. And so about 2 months ago, I decided to add that into my protocol of supporting me with this stroke. And I'm telling you, it has been making a major difference in my body. And definitely since I've been working totally on the liver now, after building up all the other organs and the systems to work in harmony, along with that deep, deep breath in the lymphatic system, that purification system. And so my body is really in a state of really doing what it needs to do. And I just want to tell you that yesterday I've been around here getting ready for the guests that's coming in and getting things organized to accommodate the people that's going to be here. And so I went over there. I said, I'm going to play me some music and while I'm preparing all these different dishes, because everybody got a different diet, a different intake. I said, I'm going to go over here and put on some music. And let me tell you, family, I walked across the room, went over there by the radio to put some music in, and my body, y'all know how I talk about this balloon state that I can get in sometimes. And at one side just feel like it's like a huge balloon, and the other side just feel normal, just not going through anything. So I was walking over there to put a CD in, and all of a sudden my body just really shifted. I don't know if y'all recall those blow up punching bags that kids used to hit on and had a little weight in the bottom of it, and you're punching and then knock to the side and it come back up, and you're punching and then knock to the side and it come back up. Well, I got punched to the side by the energy inside of me, but I couldn't come back up. And I have this shelf that I have all this antique glass and stuff on in my house. And I was like, okay, the body just tilted me over, and I just could not stop. The balloon state got so big, and I was like, wow, what's this about? And I kept going, and so I finally reached the wall to put my hand on it, but I knocked a lot of glass down that was on this shelf, and thankful and blessed that the ancestors of energy was there, because this is some old glass that was in my family for a long time, and surprisingly, a lot of it didn't break. And I didn't even have carpet on the floor. I don't know what it was about, but it didn't break. Just a couple of elephants. I collect elephants. And a couple of really nice elephants that some associates of mine had brought me years ago. The ears and the nose broke off. I was a little disappointed in that, but the main thing is those particular glasses didn't break. And I got my balance back, but I was like, what was that about? So I had to stop everything. Y'all know what I did. I stopped everything, made that bath water, got in that bath, sucked my body, and then I got into the bed. So I lost a day of doing things, because whenever you're going through something and you're a part of self-healing, and when you experience something, you got to stop right then and there and care for yourself. Put everything else on hold and care for yourself, and not let I can make it through this, I can make it through that, and you make things become more sharper and maybe harder to correct if you don't stop and correct it right then and there. So I had to stop a lot of things yesterday and let my body heal and see what's going on. But I really think it's because I've been like a month and a half taking this turpentine now every day. And it's really been making a difference in my body. I can feel what's going on along with the diet and drinking plenty of water, deep breathing, and of course relaxing. So I had to let my body heal from that. Felt good when I woke up this morning. Then I had to go do some shopping again for the house guests. And I'm going to have to leave the show early today because I got a few people that's coming in. I got to pick them up at Union Station, and my partner don't know them. So I didn't want him standing out there with a sign and say, I'm looking for this person. You can come and get me. So I'm going to have to leave and go meet them, and getting ready, again, like I say, for this Sankofa conference. For those that can't be with us, that want to be with us in spirit, we'd like for you to sit down and take a deep breath from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for us and connect. It's the Sankofa Conference. This conference will bring together in one venue representatives of the African government in the USA, community leaders, political, spiritual, and cultural activists to talk about reparations, land, Black businesses, spiritual healing, the African system of education, history and culture, the current political systems in the African continent. This Sankofa event is put on by Brother Humam Abdul Malik and Alpha Cuba of the UK. This Saturday, the 16th of November from 1 p.m. at Martha's Table, 2375 Elvins Road, Southeast Washington, D.C. You're in Baltimore, Virginia, nearby, got the money, can hop on a plane, come on down and join us. We're talking about connecting, building that bridge so we can just walk across it hand in hand, and supporting one another. For those that want to return to Africa, there will be dignitaries here. They're going to confirm that tomorrow when they go up to the embassies. There will be someone here from different countries to let you know the process if you want to return back home. And for those that want to stay here in the United States of America and support that way, we're going to be sharing how we can do that, because we're talking about connecting through that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. Well, we all one. We're one community no matter where we're located at, the Black family. We're one. And we're coming together to bring peace and harmony into all of our lives, no matter where we live at. We use that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham, to share the good, to share the endeavors, to share how we're working, how we're connecting, and we're building this bridge, because we're not going to let anyone separate and tear this community down anymore. Not within it, and those out of it. We're not having it anymore. We are definitely in sync. It is the season for this to occur, and I'm really excited about this conference and bringing the people together so we can move forward in one unity with one mission and one goal, to build that Black Wall Street again, to keep our dollars circulating within this community, to educate our children in a holistic, African-centric way. And that's why we're so happy that we have Dr. Baba Zulu from the Independent African School, Ujima, which he is the first person to have an Afrocentric school, so they call him the father of Afrocentric schools here in the United States. He's going to be offering up the libations, and of course he has drummers within his school. The young drummers are going to come in and they're going to be drumming and bringing in the spirit and opening up this conference. It's going to be really, really exciting. And then he's going to share his history. Baba Zulu has a wonderful history of the things that he has done throughout his journey, throughout his life. So he's going to be there. And we have Sister Janae. She's going to be there. She is the chairwoman of the local New Black Panthers party. She's going to be with us. And again, Humam Abdul Malik and Alpha Cuba and myself, prayerfully. I might be on video because I just don't know where my body is going to be after the day with all I have to do to prepare for our guests and what we're doing. Because I'm never, ever going to go against my body. When my body says rest and stop, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to push it because I am definitely, y'all know, in a healing state. So, I'm not going to say, let me just push my way through this. No. When the body says rest, be still, that's what Karen Khadijah Davis folks will be doing. And you should do the same thing too. When your body say rest, rest. The same way I'm telling a brother whom I'm do Malik that's been running around for the past 2-3 weeks, and now he got to do all what he's got to do. You got to stop and rest, because you don't want to crash on the 16th and be just totally tired and exhausted. I'll rest afterwards. No. People, you have to listen to your body. The body is always talking to you, and you can go against it, but you shouldn't go against it. You should always be in alignment. That is a part of healing, self-correcting, listening to the body and what it says that you need to do. And so I'm going to go out here and pick the sisters up that's on their way into town. He can pick up the rest of the people later on. I'm going to come back and I'm going to rest. Keep on resting for the next 3-4 days, and I might be able to be live at the conference instead of being on video recording. And so we have to do that. It's a part of self-care, self-help. Being your own wellness doctor means that you do the things that you're supposed to do, because why? We don't take pharmaceuticals to camouflage like everything's fine. We don't put those things in our bodies to pretend like everything is going well while it is shutting down another system, penetrating another organ, causing some kind of problem, creating that excess fluid, that excess sodium in the body, then which makes hard for the lymphatic system to do its job, the purification system. The only thing that can really clean up that excess fluid and excess sodium is taking those deep, deep breaths and supporting that lymphatic system with doing that job. Because y'all know we got more lymphatic vessels in the body than we have blood vessels in the body. It's for a reason. And so we have to adhere to that if we are conscious self-health care educators. And those that don't do it that way, they end up saying, oh, that stuff don't work. I got to go to the medical doctor and I got to take some drugs and have surgery. No, it's because you're impatient and you're not doing what you need to do. And you think those drugs are going to help you. And in the long run, they do not. They cause more problems. And how can I say that? Because they tell us that. They tell us that every day. And they're changing it around there, and they're telling you, if you are allergic to this drug, you know dang on well you're allergic to the drug. You can't even read what's in it and what's on it, and you can't even properly say the name like I can. So you know you're allergic to it. They're trying to free themselves up. They're trying to free themselves up and put it on you. So if it's your choice and you're making the decision, then you need to make a decision to leave those drugs alone. And I'm going to tell you how that medical field is stepping up to where we are, quantum health and healing. I'm telling you, people ain't even got to stick themselves to see what's going on with their blood sugar anymore. They put this little patch on you. And you check it through your cell phone. So you know where I'm at with quantum health and healing, and the tools that I use is going to read your body 100% correctly from that energetic realm down to the physical realm, because we know that the energetic principles govern the physical body. And that's why I listen to my body. And that's what I share with you on this show every Wellness Wednesday, in posts and materials, doing lectures, doing conferences, talking to people. It's time to become your own wellness doctor. And don't let nobody tell you, you're not no medical doctor and you can't do that. What a medical doctor doing but putting you on pills, taking surgery, setting you up. It said, oh, yeah, you're right. You can go ahead and eat those vegetables and it's going to be enough, but still take this medication. Listen to what they saying and how they saying it. And then they connecting and working together, putting up all these cancer centers everywhere, putting up all these dialysis in the black community everywhere, because they're trying to tell you, they get ready to tell you all y'all got trouble with your kidneys and stuff like that. Don't buy into it. It's time to wake up and realize what's going on, because the only way that they can really get us is through that medical system. When you educate yourself and you come out of that educated system where they try to make you think one way and you start thinking right, you can move forward. But everybody I know that says they're sharp on their toes when it comes to their health care, they will change their diet, they will take a lot of supplements, and then when things start getting weary, they run right to that medical system. So they didn't have true belief and true understanding in themselves. Trying to tell you something. The only reason why I put myself in there when I had this stroke is because I was living in my car. That was a part of it. I needed the rest. But quickly, once I knew what was going on and got it together, because like I said, it was a bunch of TIs happening. So I knew something was going on. And when I got that major one, they couldn't pick up my leg, I said, oh, I know what this is. So let me go ahead and get some rest, get out of this car, get out of the cold, and let me go ahead and take care of myself. December. Yeah. December 2 years ago, coming up on 3 years now, doing great, feeling good, moving forward. Prime example of what we can do when we leave the pharmaceuticals alone and tune into ourselves and go back into our true nature and take time and allow the body to heal. It ain't no quick fix like a pharmaceutical is to make you think everything fine. You got to take your time and listen to your body. And that's what I'm doing in the midst of us having this Sankofa conference here to create about this big shift, this big change that's going to happen. Because we as the Black community, we have got to stand and support one another. Network, bring our resources together, stand by one another, and build that Black Wall Street again. And for those that want to go back home to Africa and live free and feel good, don't have to worry about paying land and taxes for your homes and stuff like that, let's get over there and push everybody out that ain't supposed to be there. And then let's take back these United States like we supposed to do here as a community and shift the things, because it is the season, family. It is the time for all this to happen. So you know what I say? I talk about staying in the frequency and the flow of love. That power of love that I feel for myself. It comes from the laws of vibrational energy, LOVE. It's the power that brings my entire life together. It's giving me this strength to keep moving on in the midst of that fall yesterday. It heals, renews, restores, and empowers me with divine energy and life. And I sit back and I take that breath and I listen to those laws of vibrational energy. I listen to what they tell me to do. I am love in action. I am the master of positive self-expression, because I tune into myself like you are doing today and taking those deep, deep breaths with me and let it permeate out into the air and let me feel it. You know, they had over 2 million children in Thailand not too long ago just sitting back, breathing and meditating for everybody. And we got to do that for each other, because we are here to be givers and receivers of love, to stay in the flow of that vibrational energy. Why? Because you are the master of your thought and mind. You tell your mind what to think. You tell your feelings what to feel. You tell your body how to react. And when I come on the waves of InnerLightRadio.com, I don't care how I feel, and I get a momentarily shift of feeling good. And I'm thankful for those vibrations that's just right in tune right now. To whenever I come on this radio station, I get a moment of shift, because I'm the master, and you are the master of your mind, the master of your feelings. You know, Reverend Ike say feelings get the blessings, but you got to have that right feeling of understanding and knowing, so you can master your thoughts and live from that higher state of consciousness. So you must tell your holographic image, like I do, what to do. Even though you feel like a balloon state, stop rocking. Don't you fall no more, Karen. We can't have that. We can't have nothing happening. Got to keep those hips in balance. Got to keep those feet flat on the ground, even though it feel like it's a ton underneath of them. Keep shifting and tell your body what's going on, how to react and how to think. And don't worry about what nobody call it and say to you. You insane because you ain't going to the doctor. You crazy because you ain't taking medication. Or you think all the only herbs is going to help you. You think you can constantly shift your energy. Excuse my language. You're damn right I can. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing and going to keep on doing it. And like I said, no matter what you're going through, drink plenty of quality water. And if you can't get quality water, bless the water that you're drinking, because the vibrations will change the frequency of the water. And make sure you're going to the bathroom and you're removing that waste. You're letting everything out. I'm still in that step, and I'm still in that main frame of doing that. Right perspective, you get right results. When your perspective is not clear, your behavior becomes inconsistent. And I'm consistent in what I'm doing. And can't nobody turn me around. Can't nobody shift me. Why? Because my body never lies to me. It tells me the truth. You was doing too much, Karen. That's why you tilted over and knocked everything down and darn near broke everything that you done had for years, a part of your family's history. Thank God all that stuff didn't break. I'm so blessed with that. Your mind, your mind will. Your body never lies to you, but your mind will if you don't keep it in that right state, that right flow. You can get caught up in some things and shift that mind unnecessarily. Somebody come in and say this, you hear that, you read that, you shift and keep shifting, and your body don't know how to respond, so it shifts and shifts and shifts and shifts and shifts. Can't get into a state of stability because you keep going up and down. We're talking about quantum health and healing. We're talking about being still. That's why I thank you for coming to dance with me and take these deep, deep breaths with me. Somebody sent me a message and asked me, why you always capitalize M-E when you say come dance with me? Because I'm talking about the mental equivalent. You got to have your own mental equivalent to get what you want in life. I can't give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. You have to be in that frame, that mindset, that framework. In order for that to happen to you, for it to vibrate down into your body. It is time for you to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your family's wellness plan and your wellness plan if you're dependent on somebody else to get this body well. Get the information, process it for yourself, make the right choice. Because health is a choice. And yes, family, it's time to bury disease care and emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery today. And I still say, come take this Harriet Tubman's ride with me. I don't care what the movie they trying to do is talking about. The essence of it is true to the who Harriet Tubman was and what she did for the community at that time, and saying, no, I'm not going to be your plow pulling on nothing and doing this no more. I'm going to make it. I'm leaving this because I got my own mindset. And that's why I say, come take a Harriet Tubman's ride with me. Come aboard this friendship train and emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. We got to do it, family. We got to raise our kids the right way. We got to understand what's going on. Get that mucus out of the body, because that's all it is. We know. That's why they say try to have a mucus diet. But it's going to be some mucus in there, but we don't want an abundance of it that blocks and stagnates and causes things to happen in the body, like all that fluid that build up and got stagnated all up in my brain, all up in the forefront, and cause things to happen. And now all that mucus and stuff is relieving itself. Because over the past 3 days to a week, the eye that I can not see out because of that cataract, which I don't care what nobody says, is nothing but mucus hardcore on there. And that's why Dr. Sabi told me years ago to take my own urine and put it in my eye. And like I said, I don't know why I ain't done it yet, but I still ain't done it. And Dr. Daniel said use that Vicks, and I ain't done that yet. But working on that liver, it is making a major change, because after that fall yesterday, my eyes started running and started burning. And the door was like, man, look at your eyes. Look what you're going through. You sure you're not going to do nothing? No, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get some natural drops. And I'm going to help the redness and stop the pain in my eye by relaxing. Taking me some valerian root, relax my body and go to sleep and let the self-healing take place. And that's why I say faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King put us on track to that. So family, community, and friends, if we are going to have to come to the place where we become conscious of what we are doing to ourselves, to our lives, with our mind, with our thoughts, with our inner conversation. From Reverend Ike. What is your inner conversation? What are you saying to yourself? Do you need to clear the pathway? Do you need to free your mind? You are standing at the safe way of heaven, the higher state of consciousness, to move you forward, where you can paint that garden one thought at a time to keep you moving forward, to lift you up. Your future is as bright as your imagination. And I always imagine my body in the great shape that it's supposed to be in. I loosen the reins and I allow myself the creative process to lead me forward. So I say to you, God is all frequency, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is you. It is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And man, talking about woman and man, is the individualized expression of this frequency of love and is ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. So know thyself. Know thyself, tune into thyself, trust thyself, trust the process of diet, water, herbs, resting, quality food will shift anything. But what really shifts it is your state of consciousness. And when you hear my commercials that's going to talk to you about the Nest Wellness System, I'm telling you, it's a very powerful system. It reads your human body field down to the energetic portion that comes right inside of that biochemistry and lets you know what's going on, and then you know how to treat your body and what to do. I can work with you around the world with that system. Just order a device that you, your family, your pets, everybody can use. Because see, pets got a feel too. They have the same process we have. They put them on pet drugs, just like they put us on human drugs. And we all need to be of a natural essence when we care for ourselves. So you want to step up to quantum health and healing. They're doing it to you anyway. They're not going through the blood work and all that stuff anymore because they know it ain't that accurate. And people get mad and they change your blood work and do whatever they want to do to you and make you think you have whatever. And doctors want to get paid, so they'll tell you you got something when you in, and even the test work ain't telling you that you have it 100%. But they want to do it to you anyway, so they can get paid because the times are changing, and that's why we must be in control of ourselves. So we're getting ready for that Sankofa conference. It's going to be amazing. And people are like, that's not the ending. This is just the beginning. Because we're going to be coming online with that Sankofa conference. Alpha Cuba works with so many people in so many countries in Africa on his radio show on Diamond Radio. Our time, 8 a.m. On Sundays. I've been a guest on his show, and he has people from around the world with one thought, one aim, and one purpose. Black love, black community, black respect, and moving together. And that black is with a capital B. The hue. H-U-E, the human that we are. And so I want to thank you all for sharing the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show with your community. Thank you for liking the information on Facebook, the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day page, joining the Lymphatic Wellness Group, moving forward to assist one another. And so I'm not sure if it's going to be December or January 2020. The lines are going to be opening again. I'm not here to talk to you about what to take for whatever. When you call me, you're sharing your wellness journey, what you did, how you stopped them pharmaceuticals, how you're now taking better care of yourself using the principles of quantum health and healing, Afrocentric understanding, going back. Sankofa, bringing it forward, the things that we need to help us in this day and time. So I want to thank you for tuning in, sharing this radio broadcast with a friend, and just being the vibratory energy that we need, because we can feel that energy vibration. It gives us strength to know that we can tap into it and that we can tune into each other, raise the vibration, and keep moving forward. And once again, family, your children is in these public school systems, and they coming up with all this weird stuff that they doing now, and everything they doing, the curriculum is changing, and they trying to bring all this insanity into the schools. Pull your kids out of them schools. Go to homeschooling. Even if you can't do Afrocentric schooling and you want to do their schooling, do it at home. Kindergarten to the 12th grade can be done through computers at home. You ain't got to go into the classrooms no more and have your kids put up with that. So don't be trying to send your kids away to school with that wrong indoctrination just to get a break. You can have your break at home with them, let them learn at home, and y'all can go out into the community and have a great day and come back home and be a better family. That's what we're talking about. So thank you. Take those deep, deep breaths. We're going to listen to my commercials. Thank you, Jamal. We're going to listen to our commercials. Then we're going to listen to War Song. Y'all know I love that song. Doom, 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 doom. And I say our war is with ascension we rise. A change in consciousness. We rise that way. We ain't got to pull out no guns. We ain't got to fight. We ain't got to argue. We ain't got to go through none of that. We just got to stand tall, stand strong, and know who we are and move forward with that. So we're going to hear War. Then I haven't heard my favorite song, Dave Shirley and Around. Help. We're going to hear that. And then we're going to have a clip from Reverend Ike. And again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I won't be able to close out the show, but thank you so very much, family. Sit back and take your deep breaths. Tune into yourself. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself, what did you do this week that you didn't do, that you need to do for yourself, that you gave your power away to somebody else and you're trying to get it back? Just take it back. Take it back and stop letting people shift you. Stop letting events shift you. Stop letting that 40, whatever president he is, shift you. So do the things that you need to do. And have a great day. And I'll see you next week. Peace.
Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lenthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forcelllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain. Not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.4 CELLLIFE.com.
You can't have my, you can't have my, you can't outbleed. There's power in the blood. You can't have my family. Check. You can't have my increase. Breakthrough. You can't have my breakthrough. You say you can't have my, you can't have my, you can't, I plead the blood. Yes, we're in the blood. I plead the blood. Healing in the blood. I plead the blood. Deliverance in the blood. I plead. Here's what you gotta say. This means war. Whenever the enemy is attacking in your life, you gotta say, this means war. You can't be breaking down and falling out. This means war. You gonna break out your prayer, break out your word. This means war. You gonna break out some praise. This means war. Last time. This means war. Well, somebody clap your hands. It's a wrap. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got.
Let's help one another. All of my sisters and brothers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brother. Let's help one another.
And this is why we use scientific techniques. This is why those of us who are conscious of the application of the law will use visualization, treasure mapping. And let me say this while I'm at it. There should not be a one of you who do not have pictures around your personal environment representing the ideals of what you would like to be, to do, and to have. I want to repeat this because this is very important. I said it in the negative, I'll put it in the positive. Those of you who are aware of the processes of the mind, those of you who are aware of the processes of the mind's eye, should always have in your personal environment pictures, photographs, representations, statues of your ideals which you wish to be, to do, and to have. I pump iron 5 to 7 days a week. I jog every day. I don't miss a day jogging in a year. I don't know the last year I missed jogging. Now, what is the purpose of this? To keep my physical body in shape, but it's more than a physical exercise. It is a spiritual exercise, first of all, because it is the Holy Spirit which quickens my mortal body. But in my environment where I exercise, or my personal environments where I am every day, I have photographs of what I want my body to look like. Now, it does not yet appear 100%, but it's coming along. I'm playing in the courtyard like the young prince. I've told you before to be sure to get magazines, and always on an ongoing basis select photographs from those magazines, travel brochures, which represent the ideals which you would like to be, do, and to have. Get Town and Country. Everybody that wants to be rich should get Town and Country. It represents the affluent lifestyles. And if you're interested in that, why, get that magazine. Read about those people. Look at those pictures. Your first assignment in this class is to engineer what your outer and inner eye beholds. Engineer that. You see, as we go around in the phenomenal world, our eyes can fall upon so many things. And if our eyes are just all, both inner and our outer, are always falling upon negative and indifferent things, then that's what we'll become like, and that's what we'll be beset with. The vision of the inner eye has the power to displace and replace anything in the external world. Now that is interesting. What you see out there is really controlled by what you're seeing in here. But now I want to take you a step further in practice. I want to make you conscious of the ultimate practice of this. What I see with my inner eye has power to displace and replace that which is in my outer world. The king that sits on the throne scatters away, breaks down, breaks up the negatives, the undesirable that is in his outer environment, displaces it and replaces it with the ideal which he sees with his inner eye. It may sound a bit spooky. To tell you the ultimate truth, there is nothing out there but what you are seeing in here. As the hippies used to say, far, far out, man. Far out. Let me give you a good example. This used to be a movie house. Way back up there somewhere is a projector. They never took the projector out. Up here is a big screen that we've used 2 or 3 times. What you see on that screen does not originate on that screen. What you see on the screen originates where? In the projector. So you see, what you are experiencing on the screen of your life does not originate on the screen. If you don't like what's on the screen, it doesn't do any good to get mad with the screen. See, if you see something on that screen that you don't like, you could go up there with a knife and just cut it to pieces. But what would happen? It would reflect on the back wall. If you want to change what is on the screen of experience, you have to go up to the projector of mind. That is our Father, which art in heaven. You have to go back to the originator, to the source, to where it's coming from. The king that sits on the throne scatters away all the evil with his eye. I repeat again and again, and what makes such a mind king, what makes such a mind regnant over his experience is that he understands that experience is no thing of itself. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The film in the projector is greater than the image on the screen. If you want to change the image on the screen, you got to go back up to the projector and change the film. What is that? The thought. You can go back further than that, to the actors and the actresses who performed for the production of the film. And you see, you are the actor, the actors and the actresses that make your film and project your film. You're the producer. And you see, this knowledge gives you power. This is what Jesus meant when he said, you shall know the truth, and the truth sets you free. So once I know that reality is not on the screen of my experience, and that I can change the film, that sets me free to change the film. I know that I have that freedom. If I don't like the horror film, I can take out the horror film and put in a comedy or a love story. So, stop sitting before the screen of the experience of your life crying because it's a horror story. The king that sits upon the throne scatters all the evil with his eye. Behold the Lamb. Behold. Seize with the eye of your mind the purity and the beauty and the wholeness and the holiness of God, good love. So here, John the Baptist is telling us what to behold. Behold the Lamb. Say that. Behold the Lamb. And the Lamb is the purity, the onlyness, the holiness, the beauty of God, good love, which is harmless, hurtless, hateless, and sinless. A lot of religious people have a very powerful sin consciousness. They latch on to sin. I've told you this again and again, and I'll tell you this repeatedly again and again and again. The reason why the preachers have not been able to save the world from sin is because they're too preoccupied with it. They don't understand the science of mind. The more you preach about how nasty and dirty and stinking and sinful people are, the more you are going to create that in the world of experience. But you see, we don't have to wait for them. We can overcome the world. That's what Jesus, the mastermind, told us in the text here today. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. My God, that was about 2,000 years ago. You don't have to wait for the rest of the religious people. Aren't you glad to know you don't have to wait for the church people? So we're
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELL, life.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.
You've been